Well, I was going to um, work on my truck today and do the undercoating with fluid film under it, but it happens to be drizzling and cold, so that's going to have to wait till next weekend. What I do is I come down here and I get the final zero on my 350 Legend here. Now my 350 Legend is basically it's a Ruger AR 556 lower, which I changed the trigger in. Um, and then it's a Bear Arsenal 20-inch upper, which is pretty accurate. Not bad. So I did have some problems with it that I've had for a while. And the problem with it is, excuse me, I have a dip in my mouth right now. The problem with it is Winchester White Box. I got this Winchester White Box 147 grain FMJ. And its flap number is 15RC42. Um, this would not cycle my gun. And I was getting flat primers on it at the same time, which is weird. Okay, so what I did was, um, I'll take that dip out. What I did was I pulled the bullets and I load them with little gun. And that shoots actually fairly decent. But when I pulled these bullets down, I'm going to tell you what happened. I pulled all the bullets, and this is the second box I've done that to. I pulled all the bullets, and I found that the bullets, the crimping on the case was so tight it was distorted. It distorted the size of the bullets. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I found a bit of variation in the case's overall length. Now, as you can see on this package, there's a blown primer right there. Right there. And I think what happened there, in fact, there's actually a blown primer and a little sliver of brass there. I think what happened there is that because of the distorted bullet, some of them are pretty heavily distorted. It allowed the case to move up into where the neck moved up past where it's supposed to seat and restricted the bullet exiting. The rest of them fired fine. The primers looked fine. Same load. Okay. So anyway, I pulled them out. There was distortion on the bullets from massive over crimping, and the case lengths were irregular to the point of .007. Okay. Not that that's a dangerous thing there. Um, and the powder, well, I took all the powder from the entire box and weighed the entire amount. It came in at 393 grains for 20 rounds. Okay. I figure I lost probably 7 grains pinching the components out. So let's call it 20 grains per round. Just a round thing. Probably more like 19. That wouldn't function on a gun. It didn't push the bolt back far enough and hang for long enough to pick up a round. So that's not usable. So I reloaded these. I went to the bottom load in the Hodgdon book for 147 grain bullet. The maximum is 28.5 grains of little gun. And I went to 27 grains of little gun because I don't want to push it, you know. And 27 grains of little gun worked perfectly. So I come down here and I fire it, and I'm firing 2-round groups because I don't want to. We're going to get a little later part of the story is that I need to get the scope on quick. So I fired 2-round groups. First 2 rounds I fired came into about 1.5 inches each other. Second 2 rounds I fired were knocking or touching each other. And then I moved it around, Elizabeth. I was getting that inch and a half, inch and 3/4 inch group at 100 yards. Um, okay, so now this is what really irritated me was I'm a reloader. I reload everything. Okay, I'll buy bulk 223 to have bulk 223. You know, shit hits the fan, all that crap. Okay, I'll buy military surplus. Everything else I load. Okay, some of the things I load, it's almost more economical for me to buy it, like 9mm. Of course, that's when we don't have this political garbage going on right now. Okay, so because of this political garbage going on right now, components are almost impossible to find. The bullet I wanted to use, now I did find some Winchester 180 grain soft noses, and but I'm watching, I'm watching on YouTube's ballistic gel tests of those, and they're not very impressive. They are extreme penetrators, but they're not expansion wise. They're not, and they're already 35 caliber. I get that, but I would say that load is more for something heavy bodied, like a bear or something like that. I want a bullet to go into a deer and bam, and deliver its energy and hopefully come out the other side. But I want it to deliver its energy in the vitals of a deer. I don't need something that's going to penetrate from his shoulder to his hip. You know, don't need that because it's not a shot I'm going to take. So, since I can't, the bullet I wanted to use was I wanted an enhanced expansion bullet. Okay, so the bullet I wanted to use 165 grain Hornady .355 diameter. It's their FTX bullet. Can't find them. I'm looking up and they're saying 4 to 5 month delay in getting them. Well, deer season's next month, so too late on that. So I needed a bullet that I could believe in and trust and would shoot. Okay, and I'm looking through all the different videos and expansion. If you want to look at 350, you look at the YouTube channel Social Regressive. The guy's good. I'm telling you. And he goes a lot farther than just 350. I mean, he deals with everything. The guy is just like a rifles everything, you know. So what impressed me was the performance of the Winchester 150 grain deer season. Boom. So I went out and bought 4 boxes of this, 80 rounds. Cost me $128. That hurts. I could buy 100 the FTX bullets for about $33. So that hurt. And so I come out here, and the idea was not to shoot too many of these. Turned out I shot 5 of these. They functioned my gun just fine. I fired the 3-shot group, came in at an inch. I zeroed it. They fell actually to the same zero as these 147s that I reloaded. And I'm standing an inch and a half high at 100 yards. This fired from a 20-inch barrel. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be about 170 yard zero and probably a 200 yard maximum point blank range. Okay, so there I am. I put the gun away. It's all set up for deer season. Hope I get to go at least a few days. That's it. $128. That just bit me right in the butt. Oh my God. $128 for 4 boxes. Jeez. I can't wait till this political thing is over with, and if Biden wins, it's not going to end, and we're going to be just going to get worse as far as hoarding and not being able to find components and ammunition and all that. If Trump wins, in about 3-4 months, everything is going to come back online. So, I mean, you You can't buy ammo. You can't buy guns. I mean, any kind of like ARs and things like that. Because even the liberals are out buying them. All right. I'm not going to try to get this political. Um, so that's what my day is. I'm only out here because it's raining and drizzling, and I'm not going to lay under my truck in the drizzle. All right. You have a good day and God bless y'all.